So far in my Defender build, I have had the chassis steam cleaned and treated with a coat of Lanoguard, and I have upgraded the steering wheel from the old 15 or 16 inch classic bus driver original Land Rover wheel to the more sleek 12 inch Motor-Lita wheel, which is attached to an Optimal quick release Boss. This adds extra security to the vehicle when I leave it parked up in dodgy areas. And now we move on to some cosmetic work. The colour of my Defender is Keswick Green. It's a nice colour, not too much of a dark green, but also not garishly light. The front grille and headlight surrounds are black, and I really like the contrast of the black and green. Now, as I'm going to be installing a large roof rack on this vehicle, I wanted to get the roof sprayed gloss black before I attach the rack, as chances are I won't be taking the rack off once it's on there. So I took the Defender to Ultra Finish in Finch Hampstead, which, for those across the pond, is in the county of Berkshire in the south of England. I had heard that Wayne does some incredible paint jobs on cars, and his paint booth has some of the most up-to-date technology around. But before we could get the Defender in for a respray, Dom from Enemy Defender had to take out the Alpine windows so that the paint wouldn't spray onto the inside of the vehicle.
Yeah. I'm being just fine.
There we go. 3, 2, 1. Should I stop it? I think you're in. 23 seconds that was. That was mad.
With the windows out, it was time to get the Defender into the paint booth. The setup here at Ultra Finish is one of the most futuristic ones I've seen. Wayne has some of the latest technology available and his workshop is fully kitted out for any custom paint jobs. With the Defender now in the booth, it was time for the work to begin. The first step was to prep the surface area for painting. With the roof now sanded back and prepped, all of the edges of the roof were covered with masking tape. Any area that was not part of the roof was then covered with a protective layer of what looked to me like baking paper. This was then covered with another layer of clear plastic sheeting, and then an area was cut out to expose the roof. The roof was then blasted with some air to blow off any remaining dirt and grease. The roof was then degreased and dried, ready for the paint. It was coated with 2 coats of black Sikkens water-based paint, with time allowed for drying in between. Once this had dried, Wayne added 2 full coats of lacquer to give it the protection needed and really enhance the gloss shine effect. And now is where the really cool part happens. I said earlier that the booth here at Ultra Finish is really high tech, and this is where it begins. The paint is then cured with an infrared light which pulses in various intensities to ensure the paint dries evenly. Wayne was telling me that any substrate can be dried in this booth. If the roof of the car gets too hot, the booth can tell it to cool down, which is why the infrared light pulses at different intensities. And so now, my Defender has a wicked gloss black roof and is ready for the roof rack to be installed. I'll leave any links in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.